here at express.co.uk is a story by Francesca Spector entitled Mapped, the 10 Safest Countries if World War III Breaks Out. World War III fears have heightened in recent months as conflicts in the world around us escalate. These are the safest places to hide if World War does break out. And Francesca begins. Kim Jong-un last night successfully tested an intercontinental ballistic missile, sparking fears of World War III. As a result of the North Korean dictator's initiative, Donald Trump last night added North Korea to the U.S. list of countries sanctioning terrorism. This is the 6th nuclear test missile launched by that nation since September of this year, when it launched one over Japan. People are now wondering, where are the best countries to hide out if World War III fears come true? Canada is one of the safest countries if World War III breaks out, ranking in the top 10 most peaceful countries in the world. The Global Peace Index has revealed where the safest countries are and why they're the best ones to travel to. Nordic countries, including Denmark and Norway, are also considered safer than other nations in which to hide out. Slovenia is also surprisingly safe due to relying on solar power, which would allow it to fend for itself in terms of some resources. North Korea dictator Kim Jong-un is said to be preparing another ballistic missile test. This has sparked fears of World War III breaking out if the North Korean leader decides to put his missiles into effect, especially given his conflict with U.S. President Donald Trump. In event of war, some are forced to move to different countries to avoid getting caught in the action. The map below shows the safest countries to go to, according to the Global Peace Index. Number 1, Canada. Canada ranks 8 out of 163 countries on the index for 2017. It maintained the same spot on the list from last year, with a score of 1.1 out of 5 for domestic and international conflict. The lower the better. The lower score the better. Excuse me. Denmark. While Denmark might suffer in a European conflict because of its North Atlantic Treaty Organization status, that is to say, its NATO status, it contains the remote, non-politically aligned region of Greenland. Wow. You do not want to go to Greenland. Greenland's cold. Iceland is the one that's green. Greenland's the one with the ice. Iceland. Geographically, Iceland shares no bother with any of the world's countries, meaning its location could help keep it out of the action during a World War crisis. That's also where the global seed bank is, in Iceland, I believe. Coupled with its Global Peace Index score of 1, Iceland's location in historic peace is why it's one of the safest prospective countries in the event of the Third World War. Another surprise, Japan, coming in at 10th place. Japan just manages to sneak into the Global Peace Index in the top 10. For the factors of militarization, society and security, and domestic and internal conflict, Japan scored 1.4 out of 5, and again, lower is better. However, after North Korea launched test missiles over the country earlier this year, it is likely it may drop in rank. Czech Republic. Unlike an increased number of European countries, the Czech Republic has no recent history of terrorism. It has an impressive ranking of 6 on the Global Peace Index. Now wait. Oh, out of the 10. 6 out of 10, okay. Austria, or as the Germans say, Österreich, ranks 4th out of 163 countries on the index. Its conflict, militarization, and society and security all score below 1.5 out of 5. Slovenia, which remained neutral through both World War I and II, so it's not entangled in any historic conflict. It is also growing its thermal, solar, and hydroelectric power sources, meaning it would not rely on energy from abroad during an international crisis. New Zealand. Like Slovenia, self-sufficient New Zealand would also be able to cope if cut off from energy resources such as oil, coal, and food imports, as it gets over 50% of its electricity from hydroelectric power. It has a fertile landscape for growing crops. It also holds a secluded location, keeping it far from the action were a world war to break out. Portugal. This country ranks third out of the 163 countries in the index. It has a stable democracy under Antonio Costa. During World War II, it was officially neutral and has kept out of foreign conflicts. Switzerland, or as the Germans say, die Schweiz, known for its neutrality during World War II, or der Schweiz, I don't know which it is, der die or das. Switzerland is protected from bordering countries, Germany, France, and Italy, by the mountains that surround it. It's in the top 10, coming in 9th place.